Nikki was in action again. It is not Nikki Maxwell if her life is no drama. No what? It's her time to give a helping hand to her beloved crush, Brandon. Fuzzy Friend, a dog shelter that was being run by Brandon's aunt and her husband, was at the brink of closing when both of the owners happened to be in an accident. That was when Nikki decided to be a good Samaritan. Bismillahi Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Atiqah binti Ahmad Kamal, and I am a Form 4 student studying at SBPIRAWANG. If you don't like to read, you haven't found the right book. J.K. Rowling. That saying goes, shows us that we have to explore deep enough to find the good reads, which will then become our cup of tea. Personally for me, I found the most perfect type of book to kill my leisure times with. It is the book that I'm holding in my hand right now, the Dork Diaries. It has 15 books in total, and I adore this kitty sensation the most. This work was composed by Rachel Renee Russell on 2012. Their first book was published on 2009 and then became a huge hit and even nominated for Book of the Year by the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award. Cool, right? The most suspenseful chapter to read with an open mouth was on the D-Day of their performance. After grabbing lunch, they found out that their glamorous fairy costumes were nowhere to be found. Turned out, it was switched with clown suits. That was so shocking that they lost their spirit. But they didn't forget their target, which was to help Fuzzy Friend to keep on operating. So they basically had no options but to put the silly suits on. Not so long after that, they received a note saying the fairy costumes were inside a storage room. They wasted no time and hurried to find the outfits. Unfortunately, when they set their feet inside, there was nothing but dust and old props. They have been tricked. That was when they heard the sound of the door slamming so hard, and they found out it was locked. Now they were trapped. With no doubts, they knew it was Mackenzie's plan to sabotage them all along. Chloe used her dying phone to call Brianna to ask for help, of course. Few minutes went by, Brianna and Brandon came to the rescue. Then they rushed to the arena, looking as silly as ever. With the wobbly legs, Nikki, Chloe, and Zoe stepped into the ice rink and they skated horribly. Just when they thought everything was going downhill, the crowds were actually cheering and laughing at them. They liked it. Then she looked down. Oh, the realization hit. They were dressing up as clowns, and clowns were supposed to be funny and reckless. The show ended with the unexpected surprise from the Jack-in-the-Box Brianna. You could say she stole the show. Despite their idiotic performance, they won the $10,000 for first place. Talking about crowd power. The money was then handed to Brandon's aunt, Betty, to keep Fuzzy Friend on operation again. This book is rather unique to me because it is not descriptive nor persuasive, but written in a diary format. I'm a diary enthusiast myself, and writing diary is one of my hobbies. This book entertains me so much since it contains doodles and tons of Nikki's daily life dramas. That just shows how her life is not boring at all. This book also provides pleasurable reading that is suitable for any range of ages, including kids, teens, and even grandmas. Anyone can literally enjoy this book. The creativity was at its finest when Nikki and her best friends were zero at ice skating. And despite their ugly show, they touched it up with silly acts and humorous gimmicks to attract audiences' attention. It's all about being creative. My sense of humanity increases towards animals and each other. This novel also has taught me to treat each of our family members with love and respect, no matter how infuriating they can be sometimes. Who knows if they're the one who will lend us a hand in the future? The morals contained in this story are to help those who in need, no matter who they are. Just like a Yiddish proverb stating that if you are bitter at heart, the sugar in your mouth will not help you. Strong family bonds, it is also important. Regardless of how they might treat you with annoyance, their blood also runs in you. Just like Nikki's family, who were all a bunch of weirdos, but they're all sweet at heart when it comes to their own family members. Next, hatred will not give you anything. Hating on someone with no valid reasons at all is just straight up nonsense. It won't result in anything good to you and even drain your mental energy. So why not? You do you. Before I end my video, I would like to remind all of you to let your inner dork shine through. With that, I close my speech with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.